Hey, it's Thursday, time for another action figure adventures video here on SEO Toy Review. Today, Baby Skeletor and I are taking a look at a Game of Thrones figure of Arya Stark. But Kevin, you've already reviewed Arya Stark from the McFarlane Game of Thrones toy line. You are correct, but this is King's Landing Arya Stark. I went to Walgreens the other day looking for the exclusive Dragon Shield Black Ranger from Power Rangers, and I just happened to see some Game of Thrones figures, and I decided to see if there were any new characters out. And what did I find? A weird paint variant of Arya Stark. The back of her package shows off Jon, Daenerys, the Night King, and Arya herself as they were originally released, as well as on the side here showing off Viserion, Rhaegal, and Drogon. So the packaging art has changed here to show off the three regular dragons, not the icy Viserion dragon. It does not note that there is a repaint of Arya, but I was kind of impressed to see that they did repaint her. Here we've got King's Landing Arya Stark out of the package, and she is a straight-up repaint of the normal figure. I understand the advantage of repaints for toy companies. It really does allow them to get more bang for their buck out of a mold. I'm just not sure this repaint is that desirable or necessary, or if anybody really cares. I have the two Arya Stark figures standing next to each other, and just in my opinion, if you are going to collect these figures, which one do you want to display? Most people aren't going to buy two. I spent $20 to buy this repaint, and I knew it was ridiculous as I was doing it. Try not to spoil Game of Thrones here too much, but the last episode is an insane battle, and Arya gets covered in blood and soot and dirt, and that's what this repaint is trying to show. There's definitely a lot of soot on her clothes with this gray dry brush. There's a lot of dirt on her face. I do not like that they didn't paint her neck. I think that looks really odd. I looked over the couple of figures that were on the peg there to see if there was different levels of dirtiness. They were all pretty uniform, and I think it's very heavy-handed, the paintwork on her face compared to that bare neck. I think either the neck needed some paint or the face needed a little bit less. So the battle-damaged Arya Stark has got some blood splattered on her face. She's got lots of soot in her hair and on her shoulders and everything else like that. The paintwork is pretty good. It's just so scene-specific or episode-specific. Unless you're making a diorama of King's Landing getting attacks, I'm not sure you're going to need this. And unless they make other characters or a building in this scale, I don't really see people wanting to display her like this. I think it's going to be a peg warmer. If you've seen my other review, you're familiar with the figure. She has articulation at the head. Her hair does get in the way of that, but you can pretty much move it anywhere you want. It also moves up and down. I am having a problem with this figure popping apart at the waist. I tugged on her a little hard to take her out of the package, and her body came and the waist stayed. I don't know if there's like a molding defect in here that's making it not stay together as well as it should, or what the story is. I mean, it's not broken, but it doesn't say they're great. This is not some spoiler like Darth Maul. She stays in one piece by the end of the episode. She's not cut in half. She has swivels at the shoulders. They also move out to the side. The rubbery material that her torso outfit is made out of, her dress, her whole dress really is made out of, does get in the way of the articulation of the shoulders some. She has a bend and swivel at the elbow. She also has rotations at the wrist. There does not appear to be any kind of a hinge joint in her wrists. Both her hands are sculpted to hold accessories because she does come with two. She has a swivel at the waist. It moves pretty well. Mine moves freer than it should, and it comes apart really easy. My other Arya doesn't have a problem coming apart there. I don't know, like I said, if I just tug too hard or if it just seems like there's some weird flashing in here. So I may actually go in there and try and trim that out and see if it will snap together snugger after that. Down below at her hip, she has articulation, but it is severely hindered by the skirt piece here. She has knee joints that move well. They are ratchet joints, but knees without hips generally aren't super useful. Maybe a little bit for balance. And then she has rockers at the ankles. As far as accessories go, she comes with a Game of Thrones figure stand. This definitely helps these guys stand up. She comes with the same accessories as the normal Arya Stark, and they seem to have the same paint. She has Needle, her sword, and she has the cat's paw dagger. But here's Needle for her I don't think there's any really like scene-specific accessories she should have come with, other than maybe a white horse. But that would have made her a deluxe figure. And don't think they're moving towards any more deluxe figures other than those dragons. So I had no idea this figure was coming out. I've been keeping my eye on the McFarlane Game of Thrones line because I've been looking for Rygel and Viserion in normal form. I have Drogon and Icy Viserion. I was kind of excited to see this figure, although I'm not super sold on it. But I was dumb enough to give him my money. So let me know in the comments down below if there's any repaints that you can think of the other characters that make more sense, or which character from Season 8 we should get a figure of if they want to invest any more mold money into a toy line for a show that kind of went out with a whimper instead of a bang. Thanks for watching this Action Figure Adventures video. Do Baby Skeletor a favor. Do Baby Skeletor a favor. Hit that like and subscribe button.